Oh wow. Hi everybody, so we got something different today. I have an entire tray here to do a full face of affordable drugstore makeup that has been viral, it's been very much hyped, and lots of people say it's as good as luxury. So I only test luxury usually. I do put a little bit of affordable in if I think it's worth it, which is why I like to do things like this occasionally. So let's find out today if I think these match up with some of the things that I've been testing and trying over the years really, but especially now because obviously these are quite new products. So for instance, we'll be looking at the Maybelline Plump and Glow foundation, which is very similar to a lot of the foundations I love. So it's got the skincare in, it's going to give you that natural no makeup look. So let's see if it does exactly the same sort of thing that I'm used to getting from products like Victoria Beckham, where I'm paying over £100 for the foundation. So let's just find out. I'm quite excited to try all of this now, and when I asked you all out of 4 different videos which one you'd most like to see, this was the one you voted for. It was quite a strong vote, so hopefully you'll enjoy this one. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Hannah, I'm 49, and here on my channel I do show you mostly luxury makeup with a little bit of affordable, as I always say, thrown in if I think you'd be interested. I also upload here several times a week and I give updates on everything I'm using, so you can always hear how I'm getting on with it, if I've had any different experiences. I also get dogs barking in the background all the time. Sorry in advance if you're new here. And what was I saying? They're distracting me out there, they are. Yeah, I upload here several times a week with lots of updates, generally by the end of the month, end of year, that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm thoroughly distracted, so let's just dive straight into this review. Would you believe that's the 3rd time I've tried to film that with these dogs? It's going to be a difficult day to film because of how much is going on in my house as per, but it's particularly bad today. But anyway, always the same. So let's go straight in with the foundation. So I'm not going to go into loads of product information about stuff I'm trying, but I have pulled up this one just because I wanted to know. So this is the Maybelline Lift a Plump and Glow foundation. So skincare, as we've said. This is going to plump and brighten your skin over time. So when it says plump, does it mean plump instantly? I doubt it, apart from giving you hydration. It does have niacinamide though, in the form of vitamin B3. So be aware of that if niacinamide is an issue for you. This seems to be an ongoing issue. And also hyaluronic acid. Sorry, Bertie's being a little devil today. What else? Buildable radiant coverage, giving you a sheer glow, refined finish. SPF 20 it says in the description, but on the bottle it says SPF 15, so I'm not sure why it does that. Strange. Definitely, I'm sure it says 15 on the bottle. Let me just check. SPF 15, yeah. So the description where I bought it from, which was Boots if you're here in the UK, and I've linked it below, it says 20 in the description but it says 15 on the bottle. Maybe it's 20 in the US and it's 15 in the UK because it often changes, doesn't it? So it's not going to give you SPF, it tops it up, which is never a bad thing. Buildable radiant coverage, 90% skincare base. Yeah, okay, 2% of this is niacinamide. There's 24 shades and I've picked up the shade 102, I presume. I've also got the concealer to go with this. Now this isn't affordable, but I want to try it because it's just arrived and I can't resist this brush. So this is the Clarins Gua Sha. See, it looks like a gua sha stone. It's so soft. Somebody recommended this to me because I love the Clarins foundation and it was launched at the same time. Haven't even tried it with that yet. This will be my first time trying the brush, but might as well give that a go seeing as it's here. So here's 2 pumps actually of that. The first pump was like a half pump because it was the first one. It's not pouring down my hand there at all, so it's not terribly liquidy, and I've given it a good shake up. So let's take it straight on with this brush, see what we get. Now if it's like the ones like the Clarins that I love, then my skin is going to just love it instantly. Do you know what? I think that's what's happening. I'm not seeing much in the way of coverage here. Let's just do one side of the face. It's quite a pale shade for me, even for me, but it could be my perfect shade actually. That's not bad going because I'm not familiar at all with this line, with Maybelline foundations generally. Very light, very natural. I see what they mean when they say no makeup. So I put a pump and a half and it's all gone. I don't know if this brush is massively absorbing the product. It could be because it's quite a thick brush, almost sponge-like, I suppose. And it's very nice. I'm not sure about the shape though. Oh, sorry, the dogs are just... We've got somebody working in the conservatory, so the dogs are out in the hallway, which is directly behind where I'm filming. Right, so dogs are quiet again for now, but I don't get a last, so be prepared. I was saying about this brush, I don't love it actually. I think it's soft, and I like how soft it is, but it's a little bit too dense for me. And I feel like it's not the right shape to get into the areas, like getting around the brow is okay. It's just okay. I don't love it. I don't like it in the same way that I like my Mario F1. But anyway, this foundation has gone on beautifully. Very, very, very light coverage. So that's one side done. I mean, can you see the difference? I mean, there is a bit of difference, but not a lot. This is like a light skin tint on me, to be fair. Let's see what it does this side, because this side I've got more pigmentation. I've actually been reintroducing my LED face mask, not the Maybelline one that cuts out the infrared. Oh, I can't remember the terms now. You know, if you remember me talking about the Maybelline face mask, you can have 2 settings on it, so you don't have to have the there's a setting on it basically that's less likely to upset pigmentation. That's the easiest way for me to word it, because I can't remember the terms. But I've been using my current body one that everyone loves, because I've recently been sent it. And I'm a bit concerned that my pigmentation's getting worse again, so I'll have to go back to Maybelline, which is fine because I love my Maybelline. But at the same time I've got more pigmentation to conceal, so it's a better test on this side with this foundation. So I'm going in with more again. It's not terribly buildable. I mean, that's with more. It is evening things out. I think what I'm thinking as I'm applying it is my skin loves it, like it loves Victoria Beckham, like it loves the Clarins. But I don't feel it's giving me the coverage I get from either. So this is a very, very lightweight coverage. Now, I'm not looking for massive coverage. I mean, I'm actually quite happy with this level of coverage, but if you're looking for any sort of coverage, I wouldn't use this. But for dry skin, my skin is predominantly dry these days. This is gorgeous. This is a lovely formula. I do feel like I've got quite a glass skin finish. It's certainly giving me a glow, so I do like it. I don't have a contour, so I know I said it's a full face, but we're going to slightly tweak it with some of my usual products. So I'll go in with my Westman Atelier in Olay to do a bit of contour. And then we're going to try the concealer in the same line from Maybelline. I've got the exact same one, even though I do have here a new concealer from e.l.f, which I was going to try today. If we were live, I would ask you which one do you want to see, but I've got here the Soft Glam Satin Concealer from e.l.f, and this, I love their satin foundation, the one that was just £8. I really love it. So I do want to try that, and I will try it soon. But I did think maybe it'd be better to try the Maybelline Lifter Concealer that's just launched to go with that. I say just launched, it's been out a little while now, let's be honest, but it's new to me, and I've seen it all over TikTok. That's where I'm getting these ideas from, things like TikTok, YouTube and Instagram, and people saying it's as good as Luxury. There's nothing, I mean, if you put this foundation into a Luxury bottle and told me it was Dior or something, I probably wouldn't be that surprised, because it's very nice. It's just the coverage element. So this is the Morphe brush, which I'm still using. I said I wouldn't, but I really like the shape of it. Right, so now we'll try this concealer. So here is the packaging. I did write down the prices actually. The foundation, the Maybelline foundation, $10.99, as opposed to, say, the Victoria Beckham, which is 105, is it? 110? And the concealer, oh, I haven't written down the concealer price. Well done me. I think they're the same actually, but yeah, $9.99. So here's the doe foot. It's quite a thick, chunky doe foot. Put a bit there. I'm doing this in quite a haphazard way because I'm not trying to be particularly perfect. Basically doing it. I haven't put any corrector on, by the way, so this is going to be my corrector, my concealer, my brightener. Ooh, that's a bit too much. But yeah, I'm doing it in a fairly haphazard way because I want to be, when I do a review like this, I like to be very real and just slap it on the way I would if I wasn't filming. So it's my first impression. So when I do things like contour and things, like I do it very quickly. Gosh, that went on so easily. There's no sign of caking again. These are very, very good formulas for me. Very good. They're my favourite type of formulas because they are this sort of serum skincare based formula. Even though this concealer feels quite thick, but my skin absorbs it like a beautiful skincare. Now I've got my usual skincare on, which is very hydrating, but I do these days put my skincare on like at least an hour before makeup, if not more. I've been trying to switch up my routine a bit. I've actually put in my bedroom a kettle and a setup so that when I get up in the morning, if I can, I try to take my morning a bit more slowly, and I make myself a peppermint tea and wash my face and do my skincare, watching some TV or watching YouTube. And it's honestly, it's one of the best things I've done in a while. It really stops me going at things 100 miles an hour downstairs, which is what I do. I come downstairs and I start sorting out the dogs, the house, you know what it's like. But it also means I'm taking time on my skincare, which is really nice. And it also means my skincare has longer to settle down. And I do my zip and everything. But anyway, so my skincare has had a long time to settle down there. And that has gone on absolutely beautifully. I love it. The amount of coverage... Oh, wait a minute. I'm saying I love it. Doesn't look so good there. Is that just because I haven't blended it enough? Probably. Let me go back in with this. Oh, I really don't like this gua sha brush. It's too firm for me. Yeah, it's not cakey. It's just because I haven't quite blended it enough. Oh, that is beautiful. Do you know what? This one is as good as luxury. This combo, absolute knockout combo. £20 for both of them. Can you believe it? Highly recommend. I will use them again though. I'm not going to do a wear test today because I'm testing out so much. I don't want this video to get massively long. So what I'll do is I'll try them throughout the month and I'll give you updates. I'll include them in my end of month update. If not for March, for April, because we're coming towards the end of March really. So what do I have in terms of a blush? I'm trying to see. I've got a powder blush. I've got lipstick, I've got highlight, I've got eyeshadow, and I've got lips. Okay, so I don't have a cream blush of any sort. So in that case, I just won't put any, so I'll just powder. No, I don't have an affordable powder. Sorry, I'm saying it's a full face. It's not really, is it? But it's nearly a full face. So let's set now with my Fenty powder, as always. My Fenty Loose in Lavender, which I still haven't finished, even though I use it every day and I'm quite generous with it. But I definitely need to take the shine down just a little bit. Even though, yeah, it's not desperately in need of setting, I'd say. I think a lot of people would probably be happy to just do the T-zone. But I am going in with powder blush, so I would like to have a bit of powder on top. I'm almost suspicious at how quiet the dogs are now. It's making me want to go off and check. Does this mean Bertie is eating something or destroying something? Quite possibly. Just bought new beds for the dogs because Bertie's been eating them all. So we just had a new bed for all of them, which meant getting, how many? 6 beds? Because one for the landing, one each for the hallway, and another one for Alfie's nighttime bed. So it was an expensive bed shop. I love this finish. I love the way that the powder is sitting. So that's how it looks if you just set the T-zone. Concealer, everything is looking fantastic. I'm really impressed, really impressed. But now let's go in for a full powder, which will take down this glow. And I think I'd actually, if I had a cream blush, I'd be more than happy to not set the rest of the face and just put a bit of a cream blush. Oops, I just realised I didn't blend that out. You might have noticed that and you might have been screaming at me about it. Anyway, still had time. Oh, great big, who's done that before? You forget you've put a contour line there and then you wander around for hours with this, what looks like a dirty line under your chin. I've done that a few times. So let's see. Yeah, as always with this Fenty powder, I'm not going back in for more, I'm just dipping into the lid with that first bit. I don't need much to get what I need. So now, I don't have a bronzer either, we're going to go straight to the blush and the highlight. Now this is the one I'm most excited about actually. I just put a tiny bit of bronzer on my forehead though, and the bronzer I'm using constantly at the moment is the Jones Road. And I've decided this is my number one. I think when I did my bronzers I put the Mario one at number one and this one probably at number two. So this is the Dusty Rose bronze. But now I've not wanted to reach for anything other than this. It's so perfect. I don't know if you've seen, but Dior have a massive launch coming out for summer, and one of the things listed in that launch is a pink bronzer. So if it's like this, that's exciting. So anyway, I was cut off by the dogs again. I don't know what I was saying, but let's go straight to blush. So obviously this is heart shaped, so I had to try it. But this I think was the Valentine's launch from Colourpop, but I haven't tried it. I've held on to it for this video. Now there's lots of bright shades, I believe, or there certainly was, but this shade appealed to me a lot. It looks quite glowy, and I'm going to test a highlighter. So, gosh, oh, that's so pretty. That is a highlighter virtually, isn't it? It's so silky. Super Shock blush. Well, Super Shock is very shiny, isn't it? Gosh, I love the look of that. So we even get a mirror, we get a heart shape and that. I mean, if you haven't tried Super Shock products, this is, oh, look at it. That would be so pretty on the eyes as well. Oh, that is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Let me show you the highlighters though that I've got to show you before I do anything, because that's going to take over a bit from the highlighter. I think I might do one each side. So the ones I want to show you, and I'm literally pulling these out of the box. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Silky Powder Highlighter. That was the box I just ripped. And the reason I got these is people are saying these are exactly the same as the Rare Beauty one, the one that everyone raved about. And also I did see a video where somebody tested it to see if it breaks in the same way as the Rare Beauty if you drop it, and it does, advance warning. But the prices are drastically different. I have written down the prices. So yeah, £9. So the two shades I've picked up are Rose Gold and Cool Pearl. So maybe I'll try Rose Gold one side and the pink blush on the other to start. So, but anyway, this is the Cool Pearl. It almost looks like it should be loose, but it isn't. So let's take a look. It does feel like the Rare Beauty, and it's got that sort of dome. That definitely packs a punch, doesn't it? And the Rare Beauty, if you don't know it, it gives you that wet look, and it's a really, really intense highlighter that so many people fell in love with. So this is a really good way of getting it in an affordable way. I'm not getting a mirror or a fancy compact, but I don't think we did with Rare Beauty either, saying that. This is the one I want to try. So this one is, why does my phone keep switching off? Very annoying. I think I must have changed my settings. This one is the Rose Gold one. Let's do a swatch of that. Definitely going to be my favourite of the two. Oh, look at that. I've got to try that up against my number one Hermes one because it reminds me of that. Now the Hermes one that I adore was the 110 £110, 105. Let's look at them side by side. It'd be crazy if these are set the same. Okay, I'll do Hermes on one finger and the e.l.f. on the other, so you can see them on my fingers first. Which one do you think is Hermes and which one do you think is e.l.f? This one's Hermes, this one's e.l.f. So let's now swatch Hermes right next to the e.l.f, which is here. I don't think it's going to beat, no way, no chance, nothing's ever going to beat this. But if you want something that's a similar colour with not quite as much impact as the Hermes. Anyway, nobody said it was a dupe for the Hermes, but for the Rare Beauty quite possibly. So I think what I'll do is I'll try the Colourpop blush. I'm going to have to put my phone on charge so it stops switching off because it's driving me around the bend. I've got all of my notes on my phone, which is how I always do these videos. And the battery, oh there we go. I think it'll stay on now. So the highlighter is £9 from e.l.f. and the Colourpop blush, actually I bought a set. I bought a set with a lipstick and the blush. So for the two of them, it was £14. So very good price. So I think I'll use my favourite blush brush from Rapha. Let's try this Super Shock. Now this could be, it's not coming up in terms of pigment. There is a much brighter pink one, like I said, which will probably give you a lot more pigment. I can't see a thing. Do I need, it is quite silky. I'll tell you what, I'll try the, it's not a wet finish, but it almost feels a bit creamy. I mean, maybe it is. It doesn't say cream on the back though. Anyway, I'm going to use this brush, which is from Rare Beauty. This brush is the one that launched with their blushes, and it's so much better with this sort of product. Yeah, there we go, straight away. I need quite a lot though to get this to show up. This is not a dupe for a glowy blush in my opinion, which would be things like the Gucci. I love it. It's not a blush, it's a highlighter, let's be honest. I think it is. I mean, it's giving me a hint of pink. But that is not a blush, it is a highlighter. Anyway, that is really nice as a highlighter. Let's try a different brush now. Let's try the e.l.f. Rose, but we're going to use it almost as a blush. But let's see if we get that instant Rare Beauty shine. I wouldn't say, I don't know. Very nice, but it's not quite that. I'll try the other one on this side so we can see, but very smooth actually. That's a very nice highlighter, very nice. And you've seen there, I had to build it to get that sort of over the top shine, which is now probably going a bit too far. But it's really not too bad at emphasising texture in the way a lot of highlighters can. So I think that's lovely. Well, that's so pretty. Okay, so let's try this one. So this is the lightest. I did tell you what it was called, didn't I? No, I can't. Oh yeah, Soft Pearl Era. Is that what it says? So let's see, if I sweep that here, this one is probably going to have the most shocking effect. Yeah. But then my cheek was already lit up like crazy from that blush, but I don't think it's as impactful as the Rare Beauty, I don't. But a lot of people found the Rare Beauty one too much. I think a lot of you would probably prefer this, in all honesty. That is lovely. Really, really nice. What do you think? I'm very impressed with these. This one I'm not impressed because it's called a blush and it's not. It is not a blush. I really feel like I need some sort of blush now. Anyway, I'm going to stick with what I've got, so I'm using the wrong brush, aren't I? This is the Morphe one. Gosh, the Morphe one picked up more than the... How bizarre. So this is the, I love this one from Morphe. This is the M201 powder blush. It's a lovely brush this. So that's done a better job than the Refa brush and than the Rare Beauty brush. So there we go. It's an advert for the Morphe brush if nothing else. Not an advert. I'm not doing an advert. I hate that word. It's a recommendation. And it's affordable, so there we go. I think Morphe's in my links below. Oh, that's better. You can see the rosiness coming into my cheeks a bit now. I do feel like I need some sort of powder just to slightly calm things down. I'll take my Dior, if I can find the right one. Not the blue strobe Hannah, that would have been a disaster. Why can I only find highlighters? That is so annoying. I'm looking for my setting powder, which is underneath everything, obviously. So I need to sort this desk out. It's a terrible mess. So let's take my Buffer Pro from Sonia G. This is my finishing powder to just go around the edges. Soften things up a bit. I really like the way my cheeks look. But do bear in mind that because I've put the glowy blush with the highlighter, I am going to glow double, so it's not really the fault of either product. So the Super Shock blush, definitely use it as highlighter and blush. I would have done that anyway because it's a glowy blush, but personally it's highlighter only, like I said, and it will look very nice on the eyes. Now I picked up quite a few lip products. I'm not going to try them all, and I also picked up a liquid eyeshadow from e.l.f. So let's just see what I picked up. This is ages ago. I planned this video so long ago. The liquid velvet eyeshadow. So it says velvet, not matte. So I don't know if it could be a base because I've got the eyeshadows to look at, which I'm really excited about. So let me just see what this is. Do I have a price for this? Yeah, it's £8 and I picked it up. It says I picked up 2 shades, but I haven't. I've written down 2. I've picked it, oh no, that's just the name, Beige and Boujee. Beige and Boujee is the name, it's a cool beige, so I clearly got this thinking it would be a good base. So we'll give it a go as a base, why not? But it doesn't say that it's a matte, so I don't know what we'll get. So let's just, that's the wrong brush. Let's just see. This would be a nice sort of base shade before we go in. I'm going to be doing very spring-like colours on the eyes. But a shade like this as my first base option can be quite good. Oh, I like that. Look how easily that worked. Well, that's very nice. Very soft, very creamy. Super easy to apply. We'll find out when I go in with the eyeshadow if it's got a bit of a dry down. Yeah, that was very, very good and easy to work with. So you can definitely find other shades of this. Like I said, just £8. So if you're looking at the new ones that we've just had from MAC, which I think were 25, 20 something. I'm just plucking figures from the air, rough guessing here. But we had the Lisa Eldridge, the Makeup by Mario, and now we have e.l.f. I mean, e.l.f. always come out with products that are very similar. Sometimes they're just as good. Certainly blendability, that's as easy as the Lisa Eldridge to work with, for sure. As easy as the MAC. Doesn't have the instant dry down of the Mario, which I know a lot of you struggle with. I still love that one. I think that was the most solid for dry down and reliability. But for ease of use, this sort of formula is better. No, I like that. So there we go. Definitely recommend. I can see why that one's been raved about as well. So I think the next thing to do is I'll leave lips until the end, even though I do have quite a few lip products, unless I split some of them, take them off and show you. I've got a lip gloss from Colourpop. What's this one from Colourpop? Doesn't actually say. It says on the bottom. This is it. Is this a liquid? Let's take a look. I'll look at them and then decide. So it's like a thick, creamy, like velvet mousse texture. Then I've got, this is an obvious gloss, which I'll finish with. I love the look of that. That was with their Valentine's launch. Now e.l.f. have just launched their Glow Reviver Slipstick. So this has been getting a lot of attention. This is £10, by the way. I've got a feeling this could have been the one that came with that blush in that deal. So this is the shade I've got from the e.l.f. This is Vine and Shine, which is a berry mauve. So this is very much a shiny sort of, oh that's nice, lip balm finish that everyone's releasing. I did pick up 2 shades of this from Colourpop. So maybe it wasn't in the double deal in that case. Maybe it was with the gloss I got that deal. So this is the other colour. I think I might finish with one of those and add the gloss on top. So those are the 2 I've got there from Colourpop. What I'll do is I'll try the e.l.f. now and I'll take it off. So let's see, is this going to be as good as things like, oh, there's no point in me listing them all actually because we just had so many. Ooh. Gosh, that's got plenty of pigment. Very hydrating. Oh, that's lovely. I'm not picking up on much in the way of fragrance, by the way, on anything I've tried today. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's really nice. So that is the Vine and Shine Berry Mauve. Very nice. So basically, any brand, I think Lisa Eldridge almost kicked this off, didn't she? Ages ago now with those, was it the Balm Embrace? And every brand pretty much came out with their own. This is e.l.f.'s version of a very hydrating, I've got the package. Let's see what it says. Glides on smooth with irresistible slip. So it's like a lip balm, but it's definitely got the pigment and the shine. The slick of your love lip oil in a stick is what it says. That is very, very, very nice. And I love the shade. So we'll leave that on, but we'll finish. I think when we looked at these 2, we will finish with one of those. Possibly we will stick with the pink and then the gloss on the top. So that'll be the end. So now, oh, actually, there's one more highlighter I just wanted to show you. I'm not going to use it today, but I just wanted to show you. And that was from Colourpop. And this was with the Twilight Eclipse. So I just put it in this to show you, like I said, but I can't open it now. So that's good. It's massive as well. I didn't fancy anything from the Twilight launch, even though it was so popular, they brought it back. It was a sellout the first time and they brought it back because everyone loved it so much. I can't open it. Why can't I open this? Gee whiz, that was difficult. But I was so tempted by this, look at it. It looks like a moon. It's got a plastic seal over the top. Let me get that off. Look at that. Look at that. And we're not losing that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that'd be so nice on the eyes. Come on, camera. Just trying to match the black. My camera is changing the lighting to match the black around the edge. So let me take that away. Wow. Oh wow, look at that. So if you love these sorts of shades, that's almost got bluey lilac. Oh, I love it. Super Shock again. So it's a giant Super Shock basically. So if you like Super Shock, this is a massive one in the shape of a moon. And look at the colour. Did I write down the details on this one? Super Shock blush. No. I don't. Oh yeah, I did. The Eclipse series. I haven't written down the price. I'll just open it and tell you the price. So, is it still available on their website? Yeah, £12 and it is still in stock. So that's linked below if you want to get that, because my goodness, is that just divine. Apart from opening it, was really tricky. But yeah. Now I'm not saying that's been hyped as good as Luxury, but I know that the whole Twilight Eclipse line has been very hyped. It sold out fast, the eyeshadow. They just weren't really my colours, the eyeshadow, but I saw that and I thought, oh, I'm just going to have to get that. Right, so now for the eyes. This one's a bit sad for me because I'm going to try Beauty Bay on one side and I'm going to try Cosmic Brushes. Is that what they're called? I know you probably all know and I don't. I'm a nightmare here. Why doesn't it say? It's called the Angelic one anyway. I just thought these were very similar. Why wouldn't it say the name of the brand on the back? That's very strange. It does, very small down the bottom, Cosmic Brushes. But I've heard people raving about these, saying they're as good as high-end, but they're very affordable. But look at these colours. But the reason I said this is sad is because it looks like Beauty Bay went out of business. If you look at the moment of me filming this anyway, the website just says it's not available. But this is the one I got from Beauty Bay. And I just want to put them head to head because the Beauty Bay has more options. And this one is called the Wonderscape, and the Cosmic Brushes has less options, but wow, does it have some exciting looking shimmers, shifty shimmers there in the middle. So I'm going to pick shades that are similar. I won't do a complicated look and turn this into anything too long-winded. So the Cosmic Brush palette, let's just check if it's still available. Because they do sell out from what I can tell. It's £18 and it's still in stock, so that's good. Whereas the Beauty Bay one, I can't check for you because they've closed down the website. But they did put something out on their Instagram recently to say they're coming back. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that. Because that's really sad. I've been buying the Beauty Bay limited edition eyeshadow palettes pretty much every time they launch one because they are always phenomenal. And I think they're around the £18 mark as well, so very similar price. I need to find a base shade that's similar. There isn't actually a direct match. I would say that the Cosmic Brush one is a bit more spring-like. So going for a base shade, I might have to go with a pink, which I don't really want to do. What to do? Oh, that is annoying. Because I want to go with blues, obviously, or lilacs. Look at these. Look at this one. Look at that. And then let's see what this one is like. Very shifty, I think. Yeah. And then this one looks lovely. Like pink and coral mixed together. It's more sparkly, that one. And then this greeny one. I think they seem to be in like good rows, so you could put them in the rows. Oh, they are really nice. Let's go with the greeny row. So they're not going to be exactly the same, but I'll go with this powder from the Cosmic Brushes. So I'm thinking greeny row. So I'm going to exclude the blue and the lilac and go green. But I might mix them, who knows. So that one is called Elegant. This is going on top of that sort of taupey base now, so let's see. Hasn't completely dried down, the e.l.f. base, but like I said, it didn't say it was a matte, so. This is a very light green. It's not overly pigmented by any means, and it doesn't look quite as deep in pigment as it does in the pan, which is good news for me because I don't want that, and also it's a lovely spring shade. Well, that's a really nice transition to start with. I can be quite generous, I can keep going back in because it's buildable, which I again really appreciate, but it's certainly not high pigment. So if I was going to go for a green from the Beauty Bay, it's going to be a bit different, but anyway, let's clean that off. So I'll go with this one. Now I think these have a bit more pigment from what I remember. They're probably the same actually. Buildable. Again, not a bad thing. I'm being a bit more tentative with this one because it's so much of a deeper shade. So I'm not going to have exactly the same look by any means, but I do think the Cosmic one is more spring appropriate than this. This one almost came at the right time for the end of winter moving into spring, because it almost does both. I did a look with this one day and everybody was asking me, what is on your eyes? And it was this. Let me use the Pencil Pro. So many choices here. You can see my mind, because I'd never planned these videos, I just go for it. My mind is just going, what do I do, what do I do? Too many choices. So let's take this one for the other side. I do prefer this shade actually for a spring vibe. That's one thing with the Beauty Beige, it's lacking sort of light base shade. Well, it's not lacking actually, because we do have this pink and we have this one here, I suppose. A less sort of spring base. So, oh gosh, that's gone on way too much, I didn't even realise. So this brush, the Pencil Pro, is a lot more dense, so it's picked up a lot more pigment. Just blend that out. Now, that'll do. So, do I start mixing purple instead? I want to go straight in with sparkle, I don't want to do anything else. So let's mix two sparkles together. Can I go green and blue? Oh, I can't actually resist this one, so it's just going to have to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a disaster. I'm just tapping that on. Oh, isn't that absolutely stunning? Oh, it's like, it makes me think of myths and legends, you know, when you see the serpents, that sort of shade on the serpent. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I love that. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Wow. That's going to take some beating. So if I'm going to go with this one, I might go with this shade. This one is more of a purple. I'm going to have very different eyes here. But I think you'll be able to see that probably these offer very similar finishes. Look. Oh, that is so nice. I'm going to have a spring eye and a more wintry eye, I think, unless I can pull it together to make it spring-like at the end. How do I choose which one to do now? This one or this one? I think I'll skip this one because it's so warm. So these, like I said, I think these are just looks in themselves if you wanted to keep it simple. But I'm mixing them all up. This one or this one? Let's go green. Oh wow. Oh wow, look at that. This is the first time I've ever tried this brand. Oh my goodness me, that is absolutely stunning. Look. Oh wow. I'm absolutely in love with these. I've got to say, they are wowing me more than the Beauty Bay one. But anyway, let's be fair to Beauty Bay. Let's go in with this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's just not quite as impressive, is it? Lovely. I've always thought the formulas from Beauty Bay and the colour stories are phenomenal. And it is absolutely beautiful, but this one... You probably think this one's more wearable. This one is really like standing out. But anyway, let me get my fluffy brush and tidy that up a little bit on both sides. That is just... See, I would be saying this is stunning now on this side because they're so easy to work with and I love them, and hopefully Beauty Bay will reopen and this will still be available, but head over to Cosmic Brushes and snap this up. £18 for this rather. I mean, the packaging's quite simple. It doesn't stand up the mirror, as you can see, whereas the Beauty Bay one's a lot more solid and you've got much stronger packaging. This is like cardboard on the outside, so the packaging's not as nice. But the formulas, wowzers. Why is it taking me this long to try their formulas? I love it. Absolutely love it. But I'm thinking now, in a corner, No, I'll go straight for liner actually. So what liner shade shall I use? I think it's going to have to be this. The two that stand out for me that will work as liner shades are these two. So I don't want to use that warm brown. So let me get, actually I've got this new brush from Morphe. So I was starting to try, I'll try this one actually, I haven't tried this one yet. This is the Morphe M382 Eye Detail brush. Let's see how that one works. And just stamp a little bit there. Gosh, that's got quite a bit of pigment. And then tight to the lash line. That's a really good liner shade, isn't it? I don't really want more than that. I just want to go in now with a Pencil Pro and soften that so to bring the dark on the bottom to blend across like that. That's fine, I don't want more than that. So now on the other side I will go with, I think I'll go with this one. Same brush. Let's see how much pigment I've got with that. About the same level of pigment. Very, very similar formulas, just they're duochrome or triochrome, multi-chrome with the Cosmic brushes. Definitely steal the show here. Anyway, I'll tidy that up a little bit in a minute off camera because you don't want to see mascara. So I don't have a mascara to show you, but what I will do, I think I'll go in with the e.l.f. highlighter. Which one? The lightest one. For the inner corner because it's perfect for that. So, and I'll do it under the brow as well. So this one for inner corner. So do I feel like I'm putting on luxury makeup? I feel like I'm putting on absolutely outstanding makeup, I have to say. Everything I'm using, like I said, if you wrapped it up in a Chanel or Dior box, I wouldn't be saying, Chanel, why have you produced this rubbish product by any means? I'd love to do that. I think it'd be such a fun task if we just scooped them all out and put them in Chanel and Dior and then gave it to people and said, what do you think of their latest highlighter? Yeah, that's not over the top, is it? It's definitely not the Rare Beauty highlighter. It's a nicer one. I prefer it because it's not quite as in your face over the top. So if you found the Rare Beauty one slightly too much for you, this e.l.f. one is very good. Anyway, I'll go off camera now and do my mascara and then we'll just finish up with the lip. I'll also take this lip product off from e.l.f., which is still feeling super comfortable, by the way. But we'll try that duo from Colourpop to wrap this up. So I popped a bit of mascara on. I want to quickly just try this gloss from Colourpop, just quickly on its own. Oh, look at that. And that's exactly why. Because I saw people using this just with liners saying it was one of the best glosses. My goodness, look at the impact. That's gorgeous. Oh wow, it's so thick and grippy, but look at the finish. You really see the shimmer and you can see that little bit of pink. Oh, that would be really, really nice just on its own with a liner. And that is so rare that I think that from a gloss, so I can understand the hype with that. Plus it comes with a heart on the top. I mean, come on, does it get any better than that? So that one was £14 for the set with that blush that I showed you earlier, the Super Shock Glowy Blush, and that. Can't go wrong. But I think I got these because they're new. So this is the Colourpop Cloudy Hour What the Fluff in Cool Pink, So Dreamy. So Dreamy is the neutral pink terracotta. It doesn't look like a terracotta to me. Anyway, that's the So Dreamy. Saying that, it didn't look like it from the outside, but it does when you swatch it. Sorry, I've still got the eyeshadows on my hand there. Let me get those off. But I'm going to go in with a cool pink. So it's called What the Fluff. What the Fluff, is that the name? Yeah. So This is Cloudy Hour, that is the name, and What the Fluff is the cool pink. So let's try. This was £8, by the way. Yeah, it's got that matte finish, that velvet. Velvet matte finish. Oh, that's lovely. It feels delicious on the lips. Oh, that is very nice. I like the colour. It's a lovely feel. I don't think it'll last very long. But none of the brands that produce products like this last long, let's be honest. But I will keep using them and I'll let you know if I think they're long lasting. But for now, unless I change my mind, I would say that's going to disappear after a meal anyway. But I think it'll be long lasting if you're not eating and drinking. So if you're just popping out and you want to know that your lips are going to look good until you eat, I think something like this will last longer than just a normal lip gloss, for instance. And that's nothing to do with the brand or it being affordable. That's just this sort of formula generally. We're starting to have a bit of a dry down. Yeah. I can feel it drying down a bit, so maybe it will grip. Anyway, I will try both of those a bit more, so if I change my mind about longevity and I think it lasts longer, I will let you know. Let's pop a bit of this on top. Oh. Going straight from matte to gorgeous shimmer. Oh, that is so nice. This is going to be used all the time. I love that. I love it. So yeah, we've reached the end. How many times have you heard me saying I love it? It's really good. So going straight back to the beginning. Love, love, love. I mean, look at my skin now. Yes, I haven't covered everything up, but I'm perfectly happy with it. So if you're looking for light, natural coverage that is incredibly easy to apply, no signs of caking anywhere whatsoever, none of it sinking into the fine lines, extremely easy to apply, mature skin friendly, dry skin friendly, £20 for both, total cost of both. Yes, that one absolutely hits the luxury level for me. Packaging, not so much. I don't think it's super posh, but it's not super cheap either. I mean, we've got this plastic lid. They have to cut costs, don't they? And that's fine. When the product is that good. These highlighters from e.l.f, I think they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Are they hitting the spot luxury level? I think they are, absolutely. The eyeshadow from e.l.f, I think it was phenomenal in the way it just blends it out in seconds, super, super easy. I don't think it'll have the same longevity as some of the other brands I mentioned, but it is a satin finish. It's described as, no, a velvet, sorry, wasn't it? I can't even read it now. But anyway, it wasn't described as a matte, so it's slightly different. But they are really, it's a very good formula. I mean, this eyeshadow, I haven't tried it, not eyeshadow, this highlighter that I cannot open again. Do you know, the only reason I'm opening it is because I'm not fully closing it so I can get my nail in there. But this wowed me, really wowed me. Wow. In fact, can we leave without putting just a touch on my double highlighted cheeks? Well, it's not really going to give you any impression, is it? But if you're wanting to maybe cool things down, I've already got very cool blush. That hint of bluey lilac might slightly cool it down. I can't see it. That was pointless. But what this one would also be really good for is that inner corner where I've put that one from e.l.f. But I'm thinking this one is even more of a perfect shade. I'm going over the gold now. This one, if you wanted to get your money's worth, use this one on your eyes and your cheeks. Yeah, it's got more of the white finish compared to the slightly warmer finish of the one from e.l.f. because it's like, it's not a white, it's more of like a champagne, isn't it, that one? I prefer this shade for the inner corner, for me personally. It's just divine. So the blush is one thing I wasn't that impressed with from Colourpop because I just don't think it's a blush. So it's a nice highlighter if you want a pink highlighter. And again, I said it would be very pretty on the eyes. I love the packaging. Stunning, absolutely stunning. It's a pink highlighter. And then the eyeshadows. Well, hopefully Beauty Bay will be back and they will be doing their eyeshadows. I really hope so. I'll let you know when I hear anything. But I know that these are a 10 out of 10 for me. They always are because of the affordability. They're not Natasha Denona level. But one of my favourite ones, generally like Danessa Maya X. But this one, do you know what? This anyway. I'm not sure about the matte. I'd put the matte on the same level as Beauty Bay, which is, it's definitely affordable. But these are just 100 out of 10. And I love the colours of the matte. I think the mattes are actually perfect for me. They're the perfect. I've got a sticky lip. I think I've just put too many products on. I'm not going to blame the products I've used for that. But it's getting a bit gloopy because I just put too much on. Anyway, I think these mattes are perfectly usable. In fact, my preferred way of using mattes anyway. But the standout is this. They are just mind-blowing. Look, just look. I mean, that takes Danessa Maya X. That challenges Danessa Maya X for me. It's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, have I found affordable makeup that is as good as luxury? I really think I have, and I would love to hear your thoughts, because right now it is costing everybody a small fortune to just pay the bills. So finding makeup that's more affordable is never a bad thing. And when it's this good, you're going to get the same experience as luxury. Maybe not the packaging, and maybe there's a few things that are not quite as high up as luxury, and you know, maybe not getting the fancy boxes or necessarily the free gifts, even though Colourpop like to give you lots of free gifts, so do e.l.f. actually. But anyway, not maybe quite as high-end the experience or the packaging, but the finish, phenomenal. Really, really good. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, especially if you're a luxury purchaser and you're tuning in and still watching. Thank you if you are, because I know this isn't your topic necessarily. You might not come to my channel for this, but if you are watching and you're still at the end, then thank you for being here. And I'm really curious to hear what you think. But for me, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. I really, really have thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm going to keep the foundation, the concealer, the highlighters, the gloss all on my desk to use regularly, and I'm just going to try and figure out how many days I can just use these again and again and again. Please, no more eyeshadow releases from anyone, so I can just use that every day because it's gorgeous, it really is. Anyway, please let me know what you think, and if you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I'd be over the moon if you did subscribe, but if you already are, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you very, very much. And I hope to see you all again for my next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.